nervous system. Nervous system is the measure of controlling, regulatory, and communicating system in the body. It is the center of the mental activity including thought, learning, and memory. Kumbaga, yung nervous system, siya yung nagkokontrol sa lahat ng mga ginagawa natin. Sa paghinga natin, sa pag-iisip, sa nararamdaman, sa paglalakad, sa pagtatakbo. Yung nervous system yung may gawa nun. Because the nervous system is the responsible to control our body. Nervous system is composed of organs, principally the brain, spinal cord, nerves, and ganglia. Sila yung bumubuo sa nervous system. Consists various tissues, nerve, blood, and connective tissue. Together, these carry out of the complex of nervous system. Kumbaga, sa tulong nito, nasasagawa yung mga complex activities ng nervous system. First is the brain. Brain, siya yung nagko-command o nagko-control sa body natin. Spinal cord, siya yung naman yung nagsisilbing pathway ng message ng brain to the body. And next is nerve. Nerves to carry out signal between brain and spinal cord and the rest the body. And next is ganglia. Ganglia, siya yung nagsisilbing intermediary ng peripheral and central nervous system. Ganglia function like relay station. The nerve enters and the nerve exits. Yung baga, siya yung nagsisilbing relay station ng nerve. Below are the function of nervous system or yung tinatawag nating crime, C-R-I-M-E. First is controlling the muscle and glands. Nervous system is to control the major body movements, and nervous system is participate in cardiac muscle, smooth muscle, and organs within the body. And dito din papasok yung tinatawag nating autonomic nervous system. This is the part of peripheral nervous system. The function of autonomic nervous system is to control the function of the muscle and also the glands. Second is sensory input. Dito naman papasok yung tinatawag nating receptor. Ito yung nakaka-sense ng changes of internal or external environments. Pag sinabi natin sensory input, ito yung sa may 5 senses. Sense of sight, sense of smell, sense of touch, sense of hearing. Halimbawa, example ng receptor. Receptor in ears. Receptor in ears to receive a message form of sound. Kumbaga, yung tenga, siya yung nakakarinig ng mga iba't iba ng sounds. Integrating information. Dito naman papasok yung ating brain and spinal cord. Dito for processing sensory input and initiating response. Sa sensory input na yun, pwede tayong mag-response doon. Example sa ears, di ba? Ang receptor ng ears, nakakarinig tayo ng sound. Doon, pwede tayong mag-response sa sound na yon, or pwede natin i-store natin sa memory, or pwede natin i-ignore. 4 is maintaining homeostasis. This function, the nervous system, is ability to detect the changes of internal and external environment. 5 is establishing and maintaining the mental activity. The brain is the center of mental activity, including thinking, memory, and consciousness.
Lester Valdez, and I present the neuron. What is neuron? Neurons are called neurons or nerve cell, are the fundamental unit of the brain and nervous system. The cell responsible for receiving sensory input from the external world, for sending the commands to the muscle, and for transforming and relaying the electrical signal at every step in between. Neuron is the cell to carry message between the brain and other parts of the body. For example, we can do movements because it's sending the commands to our brain and any parts of the body to move. Structure of a typical neuron. Dendrites. It is short, receive nerves impulse for the neuron. Axon. It is long, send nerve impulse away from the cell of the body. Swan cell. Neurological cell. Wrap around some axon. Cell membrane contains myelin. Myelin sheath. Insulate axon and enable axon to send nerve impulse more quickly.
Good day. So for today, I'm going to discuss to you the brain, which is under central nervous system. So nervous system controls most functions of the body and mind. So let's talk about the brain. There is something to wrap your mind around. The human brain is more complex than any other known structure in the universe. Human brain weighs about 2.65 to 3.09 pounds. It is about 1.2 to 1.4 kilogram. It consumes 25% of the body oxygen to supply generate energy. It is covered by a membrane called meninges. Membrane is a selective barrier. It allows some things to pass through but stop others. Meninges refers to the membranous coverings of the brain and spinal cord. So the brain is enclosed in a bony case called skull or cranium. So it also made up of two types of nervous tissues. The first type is nerve cells or the gray matter. Okay, so the nerve cell is a major component of central nervous system. It has a large number of neurons present which allows to process information through signaling found in white matter. So white matter is the nerve fibers. It is found in the deeper tissues of the brain that can primarily associated with processing and cognition. It modulates the distribution of action potentials, acting as a relay and coordinating communication between different brain regions.
So ayan, continuation ng report about human brain is divided into 3 parts. Ayan. So, before I'm going to continue the discussion, let me ask you first, what is the one of the complex system on Earth? Ayan. Alam niyo yan. It is the human brain. Ayan. It is also the command center for the human nervous system. It is receive signals from the body sensory organs and output information to the muscles. Ayan. Every component of the human brain or the brain must work together in order to keep its body functioning. So human brain is split up into 3 major layers: the hindbrain, the midbrain, and the forebrain. Ayan. So, ayan, sabi dito sa forebrain, it consists mainly cerebrum, thalamus, and the hypothalamus. Ayan. Also, the forebrain, it is the most anterior division of the developing vertebrate brain containing the most complex networks in the central nervous system. Ayan. It controls body temperature, reproductive function, eating, sleeping, and the display of emotions. Ayan. Continuation, the midbrain, sabi sa report, link in the forebrain to the hindbrain. It controls auditory and visual reflexes. Midbrain, which make up part of the brain stem. It is located between the hindbrain and forebrain. All sensory motor information that travels between the forebrain and the spinal cord passes through the midbrain. Ayan. Making it a relay station for the central nervous system. This is associated with vision, hearing, motor control, sleep and wakefulness, ayan, pagising sa umaga, alertness, and temperature regulation. Ayan. Ayan, and then the lastly is the hindbrain. Ayan. Composed of three parts, the cerebellum, pons, and medulla. And then the hindbrain is the well-protected central core of the brain. Well-protected. Ayan. It includes the cerebellum, reticular formation, and brain stem, which are responsible for some of the most basic autonomic function of life. Ayan. Such as breathing and movement. It is also known that the hindbrain contains the oldest part of the brain, which all vertebrates possess. Though they may look different from species to species, it coordinates functions that are fundamentals to survival, including the respiratory rhythm, motor activity, sleep, and wakefulness. Ayan. So that would be all sa report ko. Stay there and listen to the next reporter.
Good day everyone, my name is Jessa Mensigos from Prepared 2A. Today I will discuss the brain lobes, which is the frontal lobes, parietal lobes, occipital lobes, and temporal lobes. What is frontal lobes? Frontal lobes are located in the front of our body. Ito po yung frontal lobes natin. And frontal lobes is a motor areas for voluntary body movement. It means frontal lobes, it is the part of the brain that controls important cognitive skills in human, such as emotions, expressions, problem solving, memory, language, judgment, and also the sensory behavior or sexual behavior. And it is the essence that control panel of our personality and our ability to communicate. Number 2 is the parietal lobes. What is parietal lobes? Parietal lobes, it is located at the upper back area in the skull. Ito po yun. And somatosensory interpret sensations. It means parietal lobes are involved in a number of important functions in the body. One of the main functions is to receive and process sensory information from all over the body. Temporal lobes are located into the side of our body. Ito po yun, yung temporal lobes po natin. And one of the important functions the temporal lobes is to help us to process and understand the sound as musical notes and speech. And ang responsible po ng temporal lobes natin is to receive different frequencies, sounds, and pitches from the ears and gives them meaning. Yun po yun. Yun lang po ibig sabihin ng temporal lobes. And the occipital lobes are located at the back of our brain. Ito po yun, back of our brain. And occipital lobes are involved in several functions of the body, including the visual perceptions, color recognitions, and reading comprehensions. In visual perceptions, it is the process of knowing or being aware of information through our eyes. And color recognitions is to identify the different colors, objects, and shapes. And also the reading comprehensions is making meaning from the text and understanding the text. That's all.
I'm Samontina, and I'm going to explain the functions of the spinal cord. But first, let us define what is a spinal cord. The spinal cord is a cylindrical structure of nervous tissue composed of white and gray matter that carry nerves impulses back and forth between the body and brain. Also, the spinal cord is uniformly organized and divided into 4 regions, which is the cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and sacral. Now, let us proceed to the functions of spinal cord. One function of the spinal cord is to carry sensory information to and from the brain. Our spinal cord is like a two-way highway. It carries sensory informations up to the brain, called ascending tracts, and then carry informations from the brain to muscles and glands, called descending tracts. The messages from the brain pass in the other direction through the spinal cord to tell the body what to do. For example, kinagat ka ng lamok. Bago dumating sa brain yung message na yon, dadaan muna siya sa spinal cord. After ma-receive ng brain, magpapadala siya ng response na dadaan ulit sa spinal cord, pabalik dun sa body part, which is ang response ay papatayin yung lamok gamit yung kamay. Another function of the spinal cord is to participate in reflexes. Reflex arc is neural pathway to controls of reflex. This allows for faster reflex actions to occur by activating spinal motor neurons without the delay of routing signals through the brain. Protect your body from things that can harm it. For example, if you put your hand on a hot stove, a reflex causes you to immediately remove your hand before a "hey, it's hot" message even gets to your brain. Another example of reflex actions are when the light acts as a stimulus, the pupil of the eyes changes in size. Sudden jerky withdrawal of a hand or a leg when pricked by a pin.
Good day everyone, I am Marius Volante and I am here to discuss the peripheral nervous system. So first, what is peripheral nervous system? The peripheral nervous system consists of the nerves that branch out from the spinal cord, and these nerves form a communication network between the central nervous system and the body parts. So, the meaning to say, or simply to say, that peripheral nervous system are rest of the body except the brain and spine. And the peripheral nervous system is further subdivided into somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. So first, the somatic nervous system. Somatic nervous system conduct impulses from the brain and spinal cord to skeletal muscle, causing us to respond of or react to the changes in our external environments. So the somatic nervous system are voluntary and relays information to and from skin and skeletal muscles. And the last is autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system, the part of the nervous system that controls muscle of internal organs. And autonomic nervous system are involuntary, kabaliktaran naman, and it relays information to internal organs. And the autonomic nervous system are two parts, which is sympathetic and parasympathetic. When we say sympathetic, it controls organs in time of stress, and when we say parasympathetic nervous system, it controls when body is at rest. That's all. Thank you.